What's up, everybody? BLysticProductions.com, Ballistic Productions, back with another video today. Today I'm gonna be talking about my laptop recommendations for music production, making your beats, getting your creative stuff out and more efficiently, and what you should be looking for in a laptop. As you may have seen, I don't have a lot of videos on my channel, but one of the more recent ones this year that I've done was a review of the MSI GL63. It's a great gaming laptop, and I made some really good music on there, and it pretty much, I still recommend that because it was everything in one. Like, it had 2 hard drives, like the SSD for the operating system, it had the hard drive secondary. I had like a 2 terabyte drive in there that held all my sounds and VSTs and all that stuff. So it's like really like you didn't have to have a lot of stuff attached to it. It's like you can just take that laptop, open it up, and get to making music or whatever, like right there. So I'll put a link to that in my description in case anybody want to check that out and get that laptop. It's probably even cheaper now, and it's dope. It was one of the lower tier gaming laptops that MSI had, but it had the same processor and everything as the bigger ones. So basically for music production, it was just as good as those $3,000 laptops that people are buying. When it comes to gaming laptops, the thing that can really take the price from here to here is the video card, which is cool to have, but if you are looking for something solely for making music, that really does you no good. Like, there is not one little bit of performance that will add to a laptop for music production. When you're doing stuff like this and making like videos or whatever, or YouTube or some promo material for your music, that's when having a video card of any type might come in handy. So that can really it's just an added bonus. But if you're looking for something just for making music, then you will pay more attention to the memory and the processor than the video card. It don't even have to have a video card, so it doesn't have to be a gaming laptop. That's just what's popular right now because they pretty much come with specs that just work. So yeah, the only thing I didn't like about that MSI laptop after a while of having it was the size. Like, the computer itself was like that thick, and it was pretty heavy. Also, like, trying to slip it in the side, you know how laptop bags have that side thing? It's like it really didn't go in there too well. And the adapter was like that big, so it had like that big power supply to push it because it did have a GTX 1050 graphics card in it, which takes a little bit more power. A little bit after having that, I actually had them, they kind of overlap, but I came across the Razer Blade Stealth 2019. It's the early 2019. This kind of changed everything for me because it's so light. Like, I have an iPad and they are about the same weight. The iPad might be slightly lighter, but this laptop is probably my favorite computer that I've owned up until recently, but I'll get into that soon. This Razer Blade is built like really nice. I believe they say it's aluminum, pretty much just like a MacBook Pro. Is the build quality, it just feels premium. So you're gonna pay a premium price for it, but it actually just feels good. The trackpad is probably the best trackpad I've ever used on any Windows laptop. And a lot of people that use FL Studio and all that on the go, that helps to not have to have an external mouse. Like, you don't want to have those laptops where you're trying to make beats and you got to keep trying to move the mouse. That can really kill your vibe real quick, and you don't have to do that with this one. It got the Windows Hello, so you really can open the laptop up, turn it on, it boots up in like seconds, and you're in there. You can pull your program up. You can open it up and be making beats in like 20-30 seconds, like no joke. This has an i7 quad core 8565U, and that is pretty good processor, the U on it does let you know it's a little bit lower powered than like a full i7. But when it comes to what I've come across, it did the job, and I didn't really have any stuttering or CPU issues when I'm making my beats or whatnot. I will say, going back to that MSI, it had I believe an 8750H, and that one actually was 6 cores and 12 threads. This one here is 4 cores and 8 threads. So the MSI did have a lot more power, and there's a lot of laptops out there that has that processor that will be more powerful than this Razer. That 8750H 6-core i7 processor was an amazing processor. So if you find any laptop with that in there and at least 8 or 16 gigs of RAM, you like golden. Like the 8 would get you by, but I recommend 16. Then you know you're probably not going to use that, especially just for making beats. If you're doing video editing and all that, you can try to look into 32 or more, but just for the beats, 16 gigs of RAM and an i7 and you're all good. Just a few more pros about this Razer, just to stay back on topic or whatever. The battery life is also good. The battery life is, they say it's around like 9 hours, but what I've actually seen was more 6-ish tops. But that's like a lot of factors go in, like your screen brightness, what you're doing, if you're watching videos, if you're playing games, making beats, how many things or VSTs you got open on your beats and all that. So, but it's pretty good. Like, you don't have to just worry about having that charger with you or having an outlet around just so you can make beats, as some of those other laptops might have you do. Again, the storage is cool too. It's not as good, or it doesn't have like 2 drives like the MSI did, but it came with a 256 gig SSD, which would be cool for some people, but of course you will definitely have to have external hard drives if you plan on going that route. I swapped that out as soon as I got it and put in a terabyte SSD. Maybe one day I'll put in a 2 terabyte, but right now I still have a good 700 and something gigs left on that main drive, and I use like iCloud Drive and stuff a lot for cloud storage. So I think I should be good for a long time, if not the whole time that I have this laptop, and hopefully that lasts for like a few years or whatnot at least. The only con about this is the price. I came across it with a deal. Like, I made a trade with somebody for another piece of equipment that I had that I wasn't using, and we worked something out that was real good. Would I recommend just going out and buying this for music production? If your goal is just to make the most efficient purchase that you can, I don't know for sure, but I do recommend it if you just have those certain needs. If you really desire the most portable, like easy to carry around laptop that you can find, this is probably gonna be it. It's an Ultrabook, so it's not as powerful as some of those thicker laptops that you might find. But yeah, so do I recommend this if you just really want to get the most bang for your buck? Not exactly, because this laptop costs $1,500. Like, the highest I've seen it this year was like $1,599, and then I saw it on sale for like $10.99 at one point. Then it went back to $1,500, then $13, and like the last I checked, like the other day, it was back at $15. For half of that price, you can get the parts and build a amazing desktop computer, which I actually did recently, and I'll make a video on that too. And when it comes to laptops, you probably can get performance like this out of laptop for around like $800 or $900 range or whatnot. And it's a lot of options out there, from the Dells, like the G series gaming laptops, the Asus ROGs, HP Omens. It's a lot of laptops out there that are less than Razer. Like, Razer is kind of like the MacBook of PCs, so you're gonna have that premium, that Razer premium on top of the price that it's actually worth. And it's just cool to go somewhere and like open up your Razer. And yeah, so I love the Razer. I would not say it's the first choice if you have like a budget of around $1,500. Like, don't spend all of it on there. You can actually go and find a laptop for like $900 or so, long as it has an i7, 16 gigs of RAM, about a 256 gig or more, or even 512 SSD. You probably can't go wrong with that. It'll probably last you for some years too, so look for that. However, I will add the link in the description for all of this stuff. A lot of the equipment that I use, the desktop I just built, stuff like that. Also, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Again, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. I got a lot more content coming. I plan on going all in for 2020. I wanted to get some more stuff out this year, but I'm really about to try to stay on this. And I need suggestions too. Like, what do y'all want to see me do? Like, what do you want to see me make? What interests you more? What do you not like that I do? And we'll go from there. Again, BLysticBeats.com, BLysticProductions. See you later.